Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of August 23rd through August 27th, 2021. Okay, and what I'm going to do here, like always, I'm going to look at all the major Forex currency pairs, okay, on a 30-minute time frame, and then I will try to compare that to higher time frames, such as the 4-hour daily and weekly charts, and try to give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen this coming week, okay, based on my experience. Now, the US dollar is finally starting to show some signs of coming back. Okay, the last couple weeks, the US dollar has retreated, and I predicted the US dollar would drop probably most of August, but it is showing like a heartbeat, if you will, that it is starting to go back up, and we'll go over that here in a minute. Now, to start with, okay, we look right here on the EURUSD, which I got the chart pulled up. We see that the price is dropping this week, okay, and we had like a kind of a slow and steady downtrend, and then the price just bottomed out here. Okay, we got pretty much a strong support level right now, okay, and it's slowly starting to go back up. How high will it go up? I don't know, but keep in mind, if the EURUSD is dropping, okay, then that means the US dollar must be going up. Okay, if one goes down, another one goes up. That's just how Forex works. So that's a good sign for the US dollar. Okay, now let's compare this to higher time frames. Okay, when we look at the 4-hour chart, the 4-hour chart shows that we have a strong support level that has been reached. Okay, so the bigger the time frame, the stronger the signal. All right, and looking here, is definitely shooting up. This current candle has not repainted, so that's a good sign. Will it continue to keep going up? I don't know, but I have a feeling it probably will. If you look here on the daily chart, we see a strong signal of support as well. Okay, so that is a very good indication that this will be going up. The only problem is, if you look right here where the price is right now on this line, I'm going to mark it with a horizontal line so you can see a little better. Okay, this is a former support level and is now broken. Okay, so you see the price broke here and shot back up. Where we are right now is now a resistance. Okay, now it can break that and go up some more, but the fact that that support was broken is a good indication that this will be dropping more. Okay, we see the price here had come down all the way to the support level, hit it, tested the support and bounced up, and then came back down this past week and broke. Okay, so long term is going to be dropping. Now if we look at the weekly chart, we see here that, okay, yes, it did break that support, and the long-term aspect of this is to be going down, and that's going to happen within the next, few months. Okay, and it's all dependent upon the US dollar, really. So we know long-term is going to go down. It's this using the weekly chart is going to take months. I wouldn't say years, but next 6 months we should see this dropping down. Now, if we take this horizontal line and drag it down a little bit more, we see here there's another strong level of support. Okay, so that is potentially where this is going to drop. I know on the daily chart there was a support here. Okay, and we can mark that with a vertical line, and if we go back to the weekly chart, you see it a little better right there. So yes, I think the price probably will continue to drop this week and touch that support. Okay, that is what we're looking for. Now if I go back to the 4-hour chart, the 4-hour chart is not that much further to drop. Okay, if I get the crosshairs, go from this point here down, you're only looking at about 600 pips or so for this to drop. But as you can see right at this present moment, it's going back up because it basically broke that support. Now it's formed a resistance where it is right now, but it can keep going up. Okay, so this week what I predict, okay, and this is just based on my experience, I think the price is going to go back up at least the first half of the week, and then by the end of the week it's going to drop back down. Will it come all the way down to this green line? I kind of doubt it, but it is possible. I do think the price will end lower than where it is right now. Okay, so it should be safe to both buy and sell this week using a 30-minute time frame. Okay, if you look at a 30-minute chart, it's already going up. Okay, so, and like I always say, wait until at least the London session on Monday before placing any trades. Okay, simply because when the market first opens on Monday, it's very sluggish, very slow, and it has what I call the weekend slumber. Okay, the market's closed on the weekend. We only have the OTC or over-the-counter trading on the weekend, and there's very, very, very minimal trading on the weekends. Okay, all the banks are closed, so the market is pretty much dead over the weekend. And then when it comes back alive on Monday, when the banks start opening up, that's when we start seeing a lot of activity. Okay, and then using this indicator, we can start getting more data and see what the market is doing. Okay, and that doesn't matter whether you use an indicator or not, but the fact that the market is so slow, we need to wait, you know, a little while before we start placing trades on Monday. So I always recommend to wait until the London session on Monday, so we have enough time to see what the market is doing. Okay, so anyhow, right now it is going up, so it might shoot down a little more, I don't know, but it probably would be safe to buy. If you look at the 1 hour chart, it shows to go up. 4 hour chart shows to go up. So everything's looking like it's going to go up at this present point in time. So it'll be safe to buy, and then close the trade when you get the next opposite red arrow, okay, on the 30-minute time frame. And then when you get the next red arrow, wait a few more hours just to make sure the indicator don't repaint, and then place your sell trade and close it when you get the next blue arrow. Okay, just keep repeating that process. Okay, pretty simple. It's not 100% guaranteed, you know, that market will always go the way you want. You see right here, you have a blue arrow. If you wait a few hours to place a trade, you place buy, and then it just rides sideways, so you're not really in any profit. But now we have 2 blue arrows, and soon it's going to be going up. So sometimes you might have to wait another day or two before it finally goes up. Okay, so but it's definitely going to go back up. It's not going to go up, you know, a tremendous amount. And as a matter of fact, we have a resistance right here. See this candle spiked way up? That is a marker in the Forex market. Okay, that is on purpose, okay, to mark your resistance. And that is potentially where we're looking for this to go. Okay, so I would predict Monday and Tuesday, going into Wednesday, we should see this price going up. Now starting on Wednesday, the price is going to come back down. Okay, and should go down for the remainder of the week. So that's what I predict for EURUSD. So yes, you can both buy and sell. Now look here at GBPUSD, okay, Great British Pound versus the US dollar. We see that this one is a little bit different. Okay, it just had a steady downtrend. Okay, like a snowball effect going downhill. Now it looks like we hit a pretty solid support. Okay, I don't know, it might continue to drop. You look at this blue arrow, it only went up slightly. It formed a red arrow and kept going. So the same thing might happen again. Now the Great British Pound is a strong currency, so if this is dropping, that means the US dollar must definitely be going up, gaining strength, right? If we look at the 4 hour chart, we see we hit a strong level of support, which is pretty much where this was before. Now if we get a horizontal line and we mark this support level here, we see that we're not quite there yet. Okay, so it has the potential to drop more, but as of right now, it looks like it's going to go up, at least in the short term. And that's pretty much what I just showed you of EURUSD almost. Okay, if we look at the daily chart, again, we see a strong level of support here. And the weekly chart as well, there's that support level. So we know long term, okay, in the next few months, maybe 6 months, the price is going to steadily drop. Okay, and again, that's all dependent upon the US dollar, what happens with the US economy, and this next stimulus package that's being fought right now. So, you know, we don't know exactly when it's going to break this support here, but I can about 99% guarantee it's going to definitely break this support. If you want, you could put like a sell stop pin order below here, about, you know, maybe 500 points below, with about 1,000 point take profit. Okay, that way to catch this when it finally breaks. That may take a few weeks, I don't know. Okay, you just set that up as a backup. Okay, just planning for the future. Also, you could put a sell limit. Okay, we have a resistance way up here. I can mark that one as well. To me, there is like no way on earth the price is going to go back that high. If you look in the daily chart, there's that resistance right there. I don't think it's going to go that high. Okay, although it could. We have a buy signal and no red arrow, no sell signal on the daily chart. It is possible to have a buy signal followed by a lower buy signal with no red arrow in between. Okay, keep that in mind. If we look back in the past, we had here, there's a blue arrow followed by a lower blue arrow followed by even another. So we could have a blue arrow followed by a lower blue arrow. Okay, it is possible. We don't know. Even me, I cannot tell you what will happen. I can just tell you what has happened in the past, and that it is very possible for the past to repeat itself. So, but what we do know, what we can predict, you know, is that this is going to go back up. Okay, because it's going to test this support and go back up. I don't, and this is just based on my experience, I do not think the price is going to shoot all the way back up to this point. Okay, I really don't, because like I said, the long-term trend is bearish, meaning it's going to drop according to the weekly chart, and that is what we are looking for this to drop. So based on that, we want to sell. Okay, now if we go here to the 4-hour chart, let me drag this line down a little bit. There's a resistance right here. Okay, on this arrow, that might be a little more feasible for this price to go towards. Okay, and if we drag it down a little bit more to right here, we see that this was also a support and resistance zone in the past as well. So I would probably bet that this is where the price is going to go. Now this is a 4-hour chart. It might take another week or two for the price to reach this level, if it even does. So what you could do here is you could put a sell limit pennant order right around here where this green line is, with about, you get the crosshairs, if I put a sell limit like right here, you could easily put 1,000 point. This is Great British Pound, which I love the trade. So you could easily put 1,000 point take profit. Okay, and you could put 1,000 point take profit below here using a sell stop pennant order. Okay, 1,000 points is like nothing, but it's good. Depending on your lot size, you could have a decent profit. Okay, so we do see that it is going to a downtrend. We want to sell, but for this week, okay, in terms of buying and selling based on a 30-minute chart, I do feel that you can both buy and sell, simply because right now we're at a pretty strong support level. Okay, I'll show you this on the different time frames, and I do feel this will be going back up. Okay, again, wait until at least the London session on Monday before you place any trades, just to see what the market is doing, because it might drop down some more. We don't know. Right now it's not really going up, so it could potentially drop some more, and this indicator could repaint. I have no idea. It's not repainted so far, so but if it drops down more, then this will repaint. So, you know, like I said, wait until the London session, see what the market's doing. Go ahead and buy, close it when you get the next red arrow, wherever that is, and then wait a few hours and place a sell trade and keep repeating that process. Okay, so yes, you should be safe to both buy and sell. Just be patient with this one. If you want to be 100% safe, okay, I would sell only. Okay, that's just my recommendation. But you know, yes, you do have some good buy opportunities. If you look in the past, we've had some decent buy opportunities. When the price dropped all the way down here and shot back up, we had some good buy opportunities along the way. Even here, we had a few decent buy opportunities. You know, look here, the price shot up, you know, 600 points. So even if you get a few hundred points out of this, it's okay. And I think it's going to shoot up a lot more this week. Okay, because it shot down. Now it's time for it to go back up. Again, no guarantees. We don't know the future. This is just based on what we're seeing here, based on the past. We know we're at a strong support, so it should be going back up. And again, wait until the London session. So yes, keep it on 30-minute time frame, and you can both buy and sell. Okay. Now let's look at Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Okay, this is what happened this past week. So we see again almost exactly what we saw with the Great British Pound. This pair has steadily dropped down. Okay, now has formed, looks like a pretty solid support. Okay, but we need a little more information. So if we look at the 4-hour chart, again, we see we're at a strong level of support. Indicator is not repainted, and it looks like it's going up at this present point in time. So like I always say, wait until the London session to place any trades. And then if we look at the daily chart, we see the same thing. But if we look at the weekly chart, we see that yes, long term is going to drop, and it's been dropping. And this past week had a big drop. Okay, had a nice red candle here. So that indicates to me that this will definitely be dropping more. Okay, you look at the daily chart. Okay, we have a buy signal, but it's a very, very fresh signal. Okay, so it might continue to drop, which I have a funny feeling it will. But now the 4-hour has not repainted, so looks like we caught a pretty solid support. Okay, if we mark that and we go back to the daily, zoom out a little bit, hope you can see this. Now we see here we have a support that's a little bit lower. Okay, so this might potentially repaint and drop more. I don't know. But we are at a strong support area. Okay, if it drops any more, it's going to drop just slightly. Okay, so I do feel this definitely will be going back up. Okay, probably this week, going into next week, we should see this steadily going back up. All right, now again, wait until the London session on Monday before you place any buy trades. But if you look here on the, well, the 1 hour shows the buy. If you look at the 30-minute chart, it shows the buy, and it looks like it's slowly starting to migrate its way up. So you should be safe to buy, and then close your trade when you get the next red arrow. Okay, and then after you get the red arrow, again, wait a few hours to see if the indicator repeats, and then place your trade and close when you get the next blue arrow. Okay, just repeat that process. Very simple. Okay, if you want to be safe, I would probably say sell only, but the problem is it looks like it's going to be going up. Okay, so I would you're going to have, you know, a lot of up and down. like a range of market, but with a slight uptrend. Okay, I think we're probably in the next 2 weeks we're going to see this price steadily going up. Okay, that's just based on what I see happen in the past. Now, if this breaks support and keeps dropping, that's possible also, because we don't know. Now, if you want to be 100% safe, mark this support here. Okay, that's a strong support level. We hit 2 times here, formed a resistance here, so we know this support is strong. And what you can do is put a sell stop pennant order below here, a few hundred points below, and like right about here. And look, 1,000 point take profit is not much. Okay, so you can put 1,000 point take profit with a sell stop pennant order. Now you could put a sell limit pennant order, do the same thing up here, because the price is going to rebound and come back up. I don't think it's going to go that high. Okay, we have a resistance way up here. To me, there's no way that it's going to go back that high again. Okay, because this big bull run is over. Okay, now we're going into a downtrend. So we're going to see a slight pullback, and the price is going to drop more. It's going to break that support, guaranteed. Okay, so in the short run, the next week or two, how high is it going to go? That's the question. Now we have a resistance right here and support. Okay, and to me, that would probably be the likely spot or area where this is going to go, and then eventually it's going to drop, hit this support and break. Okay, and it's going to take a couple of weeks. So what you could do is you could put a sell limit pennant order just slightly below here. So when the price goes back up, it will activate a sell trade. It might go up a little bit more, which is fine. You have a slight drawdown, but then eventually the price is going to drop. So let's say you put a sell limit pennant order right about here, and look, you could put 1,000 point take profit easily. You could put a 2, even 3,000 point take profit, and that would incur a lot of profit along the way. Okay, now you're not going to get 3,000 points in a day or two. Okay, it might take a week or more, but that's fine. Okay, as long as you're getting some decent profit in the process. Okay, so that would be my recommendation for this week. Yeah, for this week you could both buy and sell. I do not see any problem with that at all, as long as you keep it on the 30-minute time frame. So again, wait until the London session on Monday before you place any trades. Okay, and then once you place your buy trade, close it when you get the next red arrow. Okay, and just repeat the process, just like I keep saying, repeat myself over and over again, right? So, but a lot of this Forex is all reiteration of itself, and we see a lot of the same trends develop across a lot of the same currency pairs. Okay, so anyhow, yes, you can both buy and sell. Now let's move on to the US dollar. Okay, now if these right here have dropped down the past week, the US dollar should be going up, right? Now if we look at the US dollar versus the Swiss franc, okay, this is one of the most popular currency pairs to trade with the US dollar. Now we see the USD CHF kind of gained, okay, and the price ended almost exactly where it began. So pretty much it was in a range of market, but the thing is, we had this low here and another high, and it's not really dropping down. Okay, so to me it looks like we're starting to form an uptrend, okay, which is good news. If you look on the 4-hour chart, it shows to sell. Okay, now it is possible to have a red arrow followed by a higher red arrow. If we zoom out and we just look in the past, I don't know, we've seen this time and time again. Well, here we had 3 blue arrows in a row, each lower. Well, anywho, but yeah, we don't know. Okay. It is definitely showing signs that it wants to go up. If we look at the daily chart, let me zoom in so you can see this. The daily chart, which is a stronger signal, shows to go up. Okay. And the weekly chart shows to go up as well. Okay. So we know the long-term aspect of the US dollar is to go up. Right now in Congress, there's a lot of movement, a lot of push for a fourth stimulus package. I know I've been saying this. Okay. Now I'm not covering that in particular, but if the Congress and the senators can agree upon a fourth stimulus package, or there's also another avenue, Joe Biden and all his great wisdom could slide a package in using his executive order. We don't know. Okay, I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, but it is possible. I know Joe Biden's approval ratings have dropped recently, especially with what's going on in Afghanistan, but we don't know exactly what's going to happen with this fourth stimulus package. Now, Nancy Pelosi, the leader of the Speaker of the House, she is demanding that this fourth stimulus package get passed. Okay, that's good news also. If we get a fourth stimulus package in the U.S., that's going to put a lot of money back into the U.S. economy, and we'll see the U.S. dollar go up as a result. Okay, it's been really weak recovery ever since we had this blue arrow on the weekly chart. Okay, and this was, you know, back at the end of the year, December, well, back in the beginning of this year, beginning of 2021, January, where we hit the final bottom. Okay, and it's been slowly this year trying to go up. We're already pushing towards the end of August now, and it's not really going up. We had a nice little bull run pullback, and it's just kind of just riding sideways right now. But that's okay. Eventually, it's going to go back up. Now, it might drop down some more. That is very possible. The daily chart shows to go up. We have a resistance here, and it's like, is it going to form? Where's the next red arrow going to form? Is it going to form in here, or is it going to go up even higher? I think it's probably going to go up even higher. I don't know, but it's going to take quite some time for that to happen. Now, if you look at the 4-hour chart, it shows a sell, and this is probably what we need to pay more attention to. Okay, the 1-hour chart shows a sell, 30-minute shows a sell. So as of right now, looks like we hit some strong resistance. Okay, and if we look at the past here, the price shot up, came down, pulled back. It's probably going to come down again. So this week, I think the U.S. dollar is going to drop. Okay, now let's go back a second. Okay, I know I'm dragging this video out too long, but if we look back here at the EURUSD, okay, like I showed you on the 4-hour chart, it shows to go up. So if this goes up, then the U.S. dollar must drop. Okay, same thing with Great British Pound. If the Great British Pound goes up, then the U.S. dollar must drop. Here, Australian dollar, go to the 4-hour chart. If the Australian dollar goes up, then the U.S. dollar must drop. So yes, I think we had all this price dropped, meaning the U.S. dollar was going up. Now it's time for this to go back up and for the U.S. dollar to go down. Okay, so now the U.S. dollar is definitely showing signs that it wants to go up. I don't know. Okay, if you go back here to the 4-hour chart, it shows to drop. Okay, so it's, yeah, we had to hit a support here, bounce back up. Let's see, I'm going to mark this resistance here. Oops. Just so you can see. Okay, that's a resistance there. 30-minute. Okay, it's marked on a 30-minute time frame. Okay, so we had a high point followed by a lower high point, and probably going to have a low point here on this blue arrow followed by even lower. Okay, so for this week, I think the US dollar is going to be dropping. Okay, right now it's showing to sell. Since this is the US dollar, I would wait until the New York session on Monday. Now you can wait until the London session, but since it's the US dollar, I probably would wait until the New York session on Monday before placing any trades to see what the US dollar is going to do. And yes, you probably could sell. I think in the first half of the week it's going to drop, and then by Wednesday it's going to bounce back up. So more or less we're probably going to see a range of market, probably with a slight downtrend. The price should end lower than where it began, but we're not going to see a huge drop this week. I don't foresee any big drop because the US dollar is still showing signs that it wants to go up. So, and this is all, you know, just kind of a educated guess. But yes, I think the price will drop at least the first half of the week and come back up. Will it go all the way back up to here? No way. Impossible. Okay, we're starting to go into a downtrend. Probably in the next few weeks we'll see the price drop down. Now, based on that, the Congress and the senators are trying to push for a fourth stimulus package. Okay, and I watched some other YouTube videos about this fourth stimulus package. They're talking about this coming September will be the fourth stimulus package. Okay, if they pass it. Okay, so now we're pushing towards the end of August right this moment. So meaning the price has to go down before it can go back up. If the fourth stimulus package is passed, you're going to see the US dollar spike up. So I know, and you know, we know that everything here on the Forex market is pre-planned. Okay, there's no way everything is just random. Okay, there's too many support and resistance and trends. Everything is pretty much mapped out. So there are banks, Illuminati, I don't know, there are inside organizations, okay, with the government and all the big banks, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, like this, Wachovia, I don't know. There's big banks that are controlling the movement of the Forex market, and we know this, okay, and it's all pre-planned out. All right, if we had all that insider information, we'd be billionaires right now, but unfortunately we will never have that information as far as what the future of the Forex market is going to happen. But we can, based on what has happened in the past, we can predict the future as well. Okay, and I know that everything goes in cycles, and if the US dollar is going to spike up with the fourth stimulus package, it must first come down. So for the next couple weeks, I think this US dollar is going to drop. Okay, so we should be seeing this drop a lot more in the next coming weeks. So we're going to have a lot of up and down with a slight downtrend this week. You should be safe to both buy and sell using a 30-minute time frame. Right now it looks like a good time to sell. Place your sell trade, and of course wait till the New York session if you will, or even London session, but place a sell trade, close it when you get the next blue arrow, get a few hundred pips out of this deal, and then when you get the blue arrow, the next blue arrow down here, wherever, then place your trade, but wait a few hours, close it when you get the next red arrow, and just repeat the process. Okay, very simple way to trade using a 30-minute time frame. Now if you want to, like right now, you could place a sell trade right now and just leave it. Okay, if you go to the 4-hour chart, this is the bigger deal. Okay, 4-hour chart shows to sell. So you see the price dropped, you have a pullback, it's going to drop again. So technically you could sell right now and just leave it open until you get the next blue arrow on the 4-hour chart. All right, that might take a few days, okay, for that to happen, maybe another week before we see another blue arrow. So that is an alternative strategy, okay, if you want to hold it for the long term. But keep in mind, you incur a lot of swap fees along the way. So I like to kind of, if I can trade from day to day, keep a trade open for 24 to 48 hours, that is ideal in the Forex market. Okay, it's not always a good idea to keep a trade open for weeks at a time because you incur a lot of swap fees. Okay, so yes, now the daily chart shows the buy, but we're definitely going to have a drop, and then eventually it's going to shoot back up. Okay, so anyhow, you should be safe to both buy and sell using a 30-minute time frame, and that's my best recommendation for you to trade. Okay, or method of trading. Now let's look at US dollar, Japanese yen. I know I'm rambling on too much for you, but it's okay. Here with the US dollar, Japanese yen, we see pretty much a flat range of market. The price ended pretty much where it began. It looks like it's starting to go back up though. Now the question is, will it go up more or will it drop? Okay, we don't know. If we look at the 4-hour chart, almost the same thing we're seeing here. We had a big price drop, pull back, and then the price is going to drop more. If we look at the daily chart, it shows the drop. It's been showing that for quite a while. It is slowly working its way down. You're not going to see a massive drop. Okay, and the weekly chart shows the buy, which has been showing for a long time anyhow. But the fact that the daily chart and the 4-hour show to sell, I feel that this will be dropping this week. Okay, we had a big drop and then a pullback, and now it's starting to slowly drop again. So if you go back to the 30-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame right now shows to go up. I would probably wait until you get a sell signal. Okay, for this particular pair, I don't know why, but I am getting a strong feeling that we should sell only. Okay, at least for the US dollar, Japanese yen. Okay, I don't think it's going to go up that much. At least I don't know. Right now is not a good time to buy because this signal came in on the 19th of August. Okay, which is this past Thursday, right? So yeah, it hasn't really gone up. It's just kind of sitting there, and it's probably going to continue to drop more. So what I would recommend is for the USD JPY, I would look for sell opportunities only using a 30-minute time frame. Okay, that would be safe this week. All right, US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Let's look at this real quick, and then I will quit this video. My God. So US dollar versus Canadian dollar is definitely showing signs to go up. So that's a little bit different from what we saw here earlier. So we saw this big trend up. Now it looks like it's starting to go back down. Will it continue to drop this week? I think so. Look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, now we hit this big high point. Now it's starting to come back down. Look at the daily chart. Same thing. Okay. So this US dollar Canadian dollar is a lot different than what we already saw, but that's okay because it is definitely showing to be dropping. Now the weekly chart shows to go up. So we see the price on the weekly chart had gone up, came back down, went up, came back down, went up. So it's going to do the same thing. It's going to come back down and then go back up again. So for this week, I feel that it's definitely going to be dropping this week. We're not going to see a massive drop. Okay. If we get the horizontal line, we mark this resistance. Okay. That's a resistance that was broken and is now a support. That would be my target for this week, maybe going into next week. I feel that we will be seeing this drop for most of this week. Okay, the 1-hour chart shows to sell, 30-minute shows to sell. So right now looks like a good time to sell. You can wait till the New York session, or at least the London session. But the thing is, it definitely looks like it's going to be dropping. What might happen is we'll see it drop Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday it might rebound and come back up. Okay, and then going into next week we'll see it drop even more. Okay, I don't think we're going to see the price drop all the way down to here this week. I just don't foresee that happening. Okay, it is possible, but if we get the crosshairs, we look where the price is right now, and we look all the way down here. That's a 1,700 point drop. That's a massive drop for 1 week. Okay, So I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, I think we're going to, beginning of the week, we're going to see the price drop some more, and then around the middle of the week, we'll see the price come back up. Okay, and then going into next week, we'll see the price continue to drop even more. Okay, and that's just based on my experience. Hopefully I'm right. I don't know. We will see. All right, so anyhow, that concludes my weekly trade predictions. I'm sorry it took so long, but if you have any questions about this, or if you need me to analyze another currency pair, I don't care, just hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first. Also, I'll put a link for my private Facebook group, and you can post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. Okay, so with that said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and just let me know how I can help you. Thank you so much.